We'll receive that verdict at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you all again, those of you in the gallery who have conducted yourselves, as far as I'm concerned, exactly like I asked and expected you to do throughout this trial. I expect that to continue. We will not tolerate any outburst whatsoever in response to the publishing of this verdict. If you do, you'll be escorted from the courtroom and possibly face further contempt sanctions. It is the order of this court, no outbursts upon the announcement of this verdict. All right, ask the jury to join us. Don't forget the alternates, have them to have a seat on the front row there, part of the gallery to my left. All right, Mr. Foreman, I understand from the bailiff the jury has reached its verdict in this case. Is that correct? Is your verdict in writing, signed, and dated by you as foreperson?
Yes, sir, it is.
Please deliver that to the bailiff and thank you. All right, the verdict appears to be in proper form. Ms. Ross, I'll ask that you publish the verdict.
In the Superior Court of Irwin County, Georgia, in the indictment 2017 CR 027, the state of Georgia versus Ryan Alexander Duke, with a jury finding the defendant count 1, malice murder, not guilty. Count 2, felony murder, not guilty. Count 3, felony murder, not guilty. Count 4, aggravated assault, not guilty. Count 5, burglary, not guilty. Count 6, concealing death of another, guilty. It is signed this date, May 20th, 2022, and signed by the foreperson.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ross. Either side like the jury to be polled?
Not sections.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, so much for your service. The court system calls upon citizens to participate in the operation of your government in these trials all the time. You have done more than the average citizen is called upon to do. This case was longer than most, more stressful than most. I watched all of you during the trial, and you gave it your attention that this case deserved. I believe in our system. The court system gets a lot of criticism, of course, but it relies on its citizens to make these decisions. I'm the chief judge for the Superior Courts in 4 counties. I don't make these decisions. Citizens do. Just citizens. And that's the way it should be. There are folks fighting and dying on the other side of the world right now to do this, to govern themselves. It's never convenient. It costs you money, you know. You get paid for doing this, but it's not much. But thank you so much. You've got your little pay card. The clerk will make sure that you're compensated as you have been last week or after the first couple of weeks, I guess, anyway. I've fussed at you for a couple of weeks now about not talking to anybody about this case. That's over. If you want to talk, somebody, sometimes the attorneys, maybe in this circumstance, somebody from the media may want to talk to you and ask you what you thought about this evidence or this or that, or what you talked about in the jury room. If you want to talk to them, fine. If you don't, fine. Tell them you want to talk about it. We'll get you out of here today. Nobody's going to jump on you today about it, but if you're contacted, please just do what you want to do. For years, I've been doing this. One time, I had a juror contact me and say, "Judge, help me out. These folks won't leave me alone about it." And say, "I don't think anybody will pester you, but just tell them what, doesn't matter. Now, as far as the court system, it's up to you." Thank you again so much. If you remember the board hour, one of the questions I asked is, have any of you in the jury panel served on the jury within the last 12 months? Used to, every county would handle their own jury box so we could keep up with who was called, when they were called, how often they were called. Now it all comes off of a computer list out of Atlanta. If you get another jury summons, you 15, 16 people get another jury summons in the next 2 or 3 years, you call me. I'll let you off. Y'all done your civic duty for a while. All right, let's everybody remain in place while the jury leaves the courthouse. Thank y'all very much for your service. You'll be excused at this time. All right, of course, Mr. Duke, the jury having found you not guilty on counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of this indictment, you are discharged on those charges, sir. The guilty verdict returned on count 6. Of course, we need to discuss any sentencing or desentencing on that. What's the state's preference? Does anybody object to proceeding today with sentencing on that? Or would y'all like to prepare to have evidence heard on the issue of sentencing, either side?
May we have just a moment, Judge, to speak with the family?
What's your pleasure?
We're fine doing it today. If I may go back and get my notes, we do have a motion in regards to that last count.
Hang on just a second.
The family of Tara Grinstead is asking that we delay sentencing so that they can prepare their victim impact statements. They indicated they can be ready on Monday if we want to do it as soon as then, so they're asking for some time.
All right. That'll be fine. We'll adjourn these proceedings until 9:30 Monday morning. Take about a 10-minute recess. If you have any motions or anything, I'll undertake those at this time, or at that time, at about 11:45 by that clock. But as far as sentencing goes on that count, that will be delayed until 9:30 on Monday morning.
Thank you, Judge.
Be in recess 10